Now you are seeing the Indian rat snake. It's crawling up on the glass and it's falling. It has fallen down. It grows about some. It's the biggest non-venomous snake in India. Grows about some 6.5 feet, and it mainly feeds on rats, frogs, lizards, and other birds. There is about 6 to 22 eggs, and it's found throughout India. You can see a lot and lot of Indian rat snakes over here. It's called as Charai Pandu in Tamil. You see their name board as well. Really active. And then we are coming back to a venomous one called as the Catuvirian. It's a very venomous snake, and you can see that common kite. It's the world's third biggest fatal killer in the world, and India's number one for causing fatal snake bites. As per records, they say the non-records will be much higher, as its victims are mistake with those of Indian cobra, as both of them are neurotoxic, which causes froth from the mouth and which affects the nervous system. This snake is found throughout India and grows to about 3.5 feet. Feeds mainly on snakes, rats, lizards, and frogs. Lays about 8 to 12 eggs. And like the snakes, king cobra also feeds on other snakes. The main reason for this common kite to be the biggest killer, and now I will show some beautiful images of rat snake. It's running over. So good to see. Rat snakes are also mistaken with the Indian cobra because of its huge size and appearance, but it's non-venomous. Whereas karat is mainly being the biggest killer because of its highly toxic venom, and it gives painless bite. So the victim doesn't realize the pain of the snake bite. It's mainly mistaken with the rat bite most of the time, and sometimes it's being completely painless, and froth appears on mouth and the person dies. Only after that it's being realized that it's because of the snake bite the person died, and it's being mistaken with the Indian cobra, which gives highly painful bites. Cobra bites are highly painful, and it's also neurotoxic. So this is all about the common. So coming back, I will show the common kite again. It's a very shy snake. It often hides, and it enters the households, and it will enter into the bed for warmth, and it gives painless bite and kills most of the people. And then you have a very toxic and venomous snake. It's on the wood. You can see that. This is the Russell viper. Saw-scaled viper, sorry, it's not Russell viper. It's also a highly venomous snake, which grows about 1.5 feet, and it's a hemotoxic, which affects the blood and leads coagulation of blood and thereby causes death. Feeds mainly on mice, lizards, frogs, scorpions. Scorpions are venomous insects, which is known well, and gives birth to 4 to 8 young ones. This is a venomous snake, but death reports are less because it gives painful bite, which leads to loss of venom loss along with the blood. But still, if you look at Russell viper, it's being the most killer snake all over the world. Russell viper is often called as Kannadivirian. It gives very highly painful bites. You can see it on the pot there. And Kannadivirian, it's its Tamil name. Found throughout India, grows about 3.5 feet. Feeds mainly on reptiles. Gives birth to 6 to 63 young ones. The Russell viper, a hemotoxic poisonous snake, gives about leads at 7th to 8th place on fatality index through snake bites pan India. The reason is being that these snakes, like this is the spectacle cobra found throughout India, and you can see it's moving. It's really good to see a cobra moving. Cobras are mostly active. You can see a lot of cobras here moving. And if you think of the rat snake earlier, you can found a lot of similarities. That's why, and also at the last end, you can see a cobra moving. It's fifth killer in the world, fatality index. Karach is number 3 in the world and number 1 in India. It's a neurotoxic venom, and neurotoxic and hemotoxic. Neurotoxic cases, there is not much of bleeding, so they will try to cut and pull out blood from that to reduce the venom and toxicating the victim. But whereas if you take the hemotoxic, the bite will be much painful, and they have teeth in such a way that it leads to a lot of bleeding, and thereby there is a lot of venomous loss of venom. So this is the spectacle cobra, which is called as Nalla Pambu, and it's one of the highest killer in India. And now again coming back to red sand bubbo, which is non-venomous, and common sand bubbo. Common sand bubbo, Mannuli Pambu, we are unable to find it at. You can see the sand shades, it will be hiding somewhere inside. And this is found throughout India, mostly on nocturnal, grows up to 1.5 feet, feeds mainly on insects, lizards, snakes, bats, and rodents. Gives birth to 6 to 8 young ones. Its breeding season is gives mainly young ones on May to July. And then you have the red sand mabo. You can see that behind the pot. And something curled inside. So that's the red sand boya, non-venomous, found throughout India, often found in rat holes. Nocturnal, grows about 2.5 feet, feeds on insects, lizards, snakes, birds, and rodents. Gives birth to 6 to 8 young ones in the season of May to July. Now we have already seen the saw-scale viper here, and you have the white taker mabo. You can see the snake very well there. Okay. It's being here mentioned as Vittekarian Mannuli Pambu. It is non-venomous. It is found in India only. This snake is found. Western Ghats and adjoining coastal plains, mostly nocturnal, terrestrial, found under woods, litters, in terminal mounds and tree hollows. Grows about 2 feet, feeds on mice and lizards. Gives birth to up to 12 young ones in June and August. And you have the, and I'm showing you the saw-scaled viper. And again, the biggest killer, the number 1 killer in India, it's a karat. It's commonly known as Catuvirian. Reason for is being painless bites, often mistaken with the rat. This is the rat snake, which is often mistaken with cobra, but this is non-venomous. See how it's climbing everywhere. Really nice to watch the rat snakes, which are very identical to cobra and very active, but it's non-venomous. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Let's see you on the next video. Bye.